Cek cek cek. Halo, halo, halo. Dam. Halo Kyoksu, halo Noah. Nah, kali ini kita bakal namatin nih game biar gua nggak usah mikir-mikir lagi. Aku kira nggak crash. Nggak usah mikir-mikir lagi. Kalau nggak salah ini chapter terakhir. Semoga tidak ada tambahan chapter.
Where are you going, Holmes? Have you been invited somewhere?
We have been invited, Watson.
We have. Where to?
To the Baker Street Irregulars' annual dinner. They sent us an invitation. It is on the table.
A dinner? How could those street urchins afford anything like that? I can't understand your interest in them, Holmes. They're dirty. They wouldn't hesitate to steal your wallet.
Watson, you should be excited. It is a secret dinner. Its location changes every year. Read the menu. Sounds mouth-watering.
All right. We, the secret police of Baker Street, invite you, Sherlock Holmes, and Dr. Watson to our annual dinner. Menu,
3 game sebelumnya kayak kemarin tuh lebih lama mikirnya.
Salad. Is this a joke?
Not at all. Pray continue.
Main course, sow's udder in Danny Nutcracker's way. Sounds disgusting, Holmes. Hedgehog goulash. Street turnips in homemade juice. And it goes on.
I can hear them on the
Sampai
stairs now.
nge-cheat. Coba biar kelar tuh
We
game.
can't eat that.
Watson, you'll hurt the feelings of those poor children. We have to go.
Oh, Mr. Holmes.
It is fine, Mrs. Hudson.
Mr. Holmes.
Wiggins, Dr. Watson is getting ready. He will be delighted to join us. You don't look well, my young man. Is there something wrong?
Sekarang
Don't
cuma
tell me
nitip
the
like
dinner
juga
is
kan.
cancelled.
Mr. Holmes is my brother Leighton. He's in a prison cell. They say he's killed 2 men. You have to help us, Mr. Holmes, because I know he didn't do it.
Where is he now?
From what I've heard, they took him to the yard, and they gave him a good beating already. You know what they're like. They'll hang him. They won't look any further.
Holmes, we have to help him.
Well, and forget about the dinner?
Ya dipikirin teh dinner.
I'll take the case.
You're fantastic, Mr. Holmes.
Ini kayaknya
I'll be
tamat.
waiting for you at the crime scene. You'll be
Kalau
there,
saya ini
right?
chapter terakhir.
It's on Half Moon Street in Whitechapel.
Very well.
Game Crime and Punishment tuh cuma 6 chapter kalau nggak salah. Scotland Yard ya. Ini tempat pembunuhan. Ini tamat nih, tamat semoga. Semoga tidak ada kasus tambahan di tengah-tengah kota London ini. Oke, ini. Oh, nggak salah jalan. Kemana ini? Kok sudah masuk area tempat gelap? Oh, ini korbannya. Kayaknya sih gampang, kayaknya.
Please, gentlemen, leave the scene now. Oh, Mr. Holmes.
Is
that
you?
you?
Good evening, Constable...
Constable Marrow. I was here with Inspector Aberline during the Ripper case, Mr. Holmes, back in '88. But then this is nothing like that case. With this one, we've got the
Apakah benar
murderer, the
ini
weapon, and the
kasus Jack the Ripper?
statements, which speak for themselves.
Of course, Marrow. But you know that appearances
30
can
menit awal doang ya, Van
sometimes be
deh.
deceiving.
Victim.
Who were the victims?
The two men here, both shot. The stab fellow was
Oh,
Brian
kayaknya
Vercotti, a well-known ruffian.
Bukan Jack the
The
Ripper
other,
ini.
Kenneth Butler, a jeweller by trade.
Karena shot. Bekas
You
luka
spoke
tembakan.
of statements. You have witnesses?
Well, I was there, so I gave my own statement.
Berarti aman kita.
And then there were two
Tidak
other
akan
witnesses who
berkutit
said they saw
dengan
the
Jack
killer
the
chap.
Ripper.
Mr. Turner, a gentleman who
Kasus
lives
kita
in
ternyata mudah.
that flat over there. And Polly Powell, a flower seller, who was over at the far side of the street.
Semoga.
So, Constable Marrow, I should be delighted to hear your testimony.
I was standing at the north side of Half Moon Street. That was the side that you came from.
But you would have been unable to observe this part of the street, where we are standing now.
That is correct. But I saw the two victims slowly enter Half Moon Street, and then shortly after, the fireworks started. A few minutes after that, the fellow chapman rushed towards me and ran into Half Moon Street.
Please continue.
I didn't pay attention, but suddenly I heard a woman's cries and police whistles on the other side of Half Moon Street. I rushed over there and I saw the two dead bodies on the ground. When I reached Whitechapel Street, I saw Leighton Chapman. He'd been caught by two
soalnya
police constables.
kalau kasus Jack the Ripper itu bukan dari tembakan.
Did you hear the shots?
I didn't hear any shots.
Walaupun emang gang
The
sempit,
fireworks
tapi
were all over the sky. They were so loud I
kasus
couldn't
Jack
hear
the
anything
Ripper
else.
tuh dia nggak ngebunuh laki-laki di sini.
What were the fireworks in honor of?
Dia ngebunuhnya
Well,
wanita.
Today's Queen Victoria's birthday,
Oh,
Mr. Holmes.
Jack the Ripper tuh dia ngebunuhnya pelacur.
Yes, I appear to have lost track of the days. It is May now, of
Berarti
course.
aman. Kasusnya tidak sesulit London tahun
Constable Marrow, what else
1988.
caught your attention
Eh,
while you were
1988 ya?
running through Half Moon
1988.
Street?
I saw nothing but rats, and I took the time to light every corner with my lamp.
Did you happen to look up at Mr. Turner's window when you were on Half Moon Street at that time?
Yes, I saw that the window was open, but no one was there. It was dark in the room.
Constable,
selesai.
your statements
Nah.
have been of great value to me.
Kemana kita? Korbannya ini ya. Kita lihat. Tuh. Dia luka tembak.
The bullet struck his head. This man didn't stand a chance.
Kalau Jack the Ripper bukan luka tembak dia. Luka gorokan. Pisau.
A piece of wood that has stuck between the cobblestones. Let us take a closer look.
Oh, batang kayu.
This shard of wood is quite new.
Oke, tangan. Kunci.
This is an ordinary key. I wonder what kind of door it opens.
Korban kedua. Apa di tangannya tuh?
He tried to stop the bleeding with his hand. Death was not instant. The bullet penetrated his stomach, a dreadful wound.
Luka.
A tattoo from Westgate Prison. Vercotti must have done some time there. Brian Vercotti suffered greatly. What a terrible way to die.
It would be my pleasure to assist you with your investigation, Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Holmes, did you see my brother at Scotland
Bentar,
Yard?
berarti ke Scotland Yard. Kita tanya Bapak Ryan.
Good evening, Mr. Turner.
Jangan-jangan dia keturunan dari Will Turner.
As Mr. Holmes. Are you that detective?
Secara marganya
gentleman?
Turner.
I've heard of you.
Atau dia memang mantan bajak
I
laut.
know things about this evening.
Excellent. Might we hear your story?
Testimony.
Could you tell us everything that you may have seen or heard?
I was already in bed when the fireworks started. A few moments after,
From
I
outside.
clearly heard 2 gunshots from outside.
Please continue.
I quickly got up and I grabbed the lamp from my nightstand
Ini
and
bapaknya
I
habis
rushed
makan
towards the
kayaknya
window.
nih.
I looked down and I saw 2 bodies. And there was a man with a gun who was standing nearby.
Where exactly?
Well, near this body.
Did he notice you?
I don't think so. He rushed towards Whitechapel Street without looking around.
Selamat dia tidak dibunuh.
Mr. Turner, did you see anyone else in the street?
No, I saw no one but that man, the murderer, the fellow they caught.
Were the 2 shots you heard consecutive?
Yes, there was a very short pause between them, and they sounded different somehow. It seemed to me that the second shot was louder than the first.
That is an interesting comment. Mr. Turner, what were your actions after you stepped up to the window?
I was afraid that the man with a gun might return, so I stayed close to the window till I saw the policeman coming in the Half Moon from Whitechapel. Then I walked out to tell them everything I saw.
Oke. Kita mengidentifikasi Bapak Turner. Tidak ada yang bisa diidentifikasi bagian muka. Mendali. Veteran. Kancing. Copot. Oke.
You have helped us a great
Thank
deal,
you.
Mr. Turner.
Identifikasi lagi. Oke. The victim note. Conflict state.
Mr. Turner, you have stated that you remained close by your window after the crime, is that correct?
Oh, yes, Mr. Holmes. I stayed at my window until the policeman arrived to examine the dead bodies.
That is very interesting, Mr. Turner. Constable Marrow stated that he did not see anyone at the window when he was running through Half Moon Street.
Well, I think Constable Marrow and me, we might have been distracted by the whistles and shouts coming from Whitechapel. We could have missed each other somehow. You understand what I mean? It was a bit of a stressful moment, to tell you the truth, sir.
Allow me to form my own theories, Mr. Turner. Would you mind showing me the view that you had from your window?
Not at all, Mr. Holmes. Please, follow me.
Aneh di mana? Dari Mr. White.
Mr.
White.
Turner appears to live
Karena
very
ruangannya
modestly.
dikunci tapi dia itu kah? Gak mau bukain pintunya. Itu yang aneh.
The books on this shelf are in a mess. It looks as though Mr. Turner was trying to find something in a hurry here a short while ago.
Oh, ada patahan di sini.
A perfect match. So, Mr. Turner broke his stick when it became stuck between
Apakah
the
Noah mulai
cobblestones.
mendeduksi
He
bahwa
did
ini
not mention
pelakunya?
that he was so near to the victims.
Oke. Noah mulai berpikir bahwa ini adalah pelakunya.
Mr. Turner was roused from his bed by the sound of gunshot.
Ada jendelanya bukan di sini ya. Dia dengar suara tembakan. Jalan ke sini.
This fire is dying out.
Oke, kayu terbakar. Burn paper. Dia bakar kertas.
The papers are almost entirely burned. I am unable to see what's written here.
Noah lagi fokus dengan
These
deduksi-deduksinya.
words are illegible.
Dan Kyoksu cuma hanya
The
menonton
papers were thrown into the
kepusingan
fire
dirinya.
just a short while ago.
Oke, cari barang bukti lagi. Dan kitchen table.
This
Knife.
kitchen knife is quite sharp.
Sweeping. Shred paper. Oh, bekas kertas.
There are pieces of shredded paper scattered over the table. This kitchen knife was used to cut the paper.
Oh, pakai pengalaman. Kalau ngeliat ke mata kah?
Anything else you would like to know, Mr. Holmes?
Nah, ini jendelanya. Yang katanya orang bilang kalau
So,
matanya ngeliat ke atas
That's the
kanan
view
berarti dia
Mr. Turner had when he
sedang
opened
mengingat
the window.
sesuatu. Kalau mata kiri berarti sedang berbohong, gitu kah?
The dead body of Kenneth Butler. Brian Vercotti's contorted corpse. Mr. Turner had a perfect view of the crime
Supeni.
scene. He saw the bodies clearly, and Leighton Chapman standing over them.
Tempat paling enak ternyata buat melihat kasus pembunuhan. Atas bawah kiri kanan. Lihat apa buang atas bawah kiri kanan deh. Jadi bangun, ambil tongkat, ngebuang ini, sambil apa yang dipotong di sini? Kertas, kayu. Tar. Open the window. Dan dia melihat badinya. Apakah begini? Masih ada dong absennya. Dibangun. Cek peralatan di sini kan patah. Terus dia membakar sesuatu. Memotong sesuatu, ya tidak tahu aku potong apaan. Saya melihat jendela, terus diturun ke bawah, tiba-tiba melihat ada mayat.
No, it didn't happen this way.
Oh, berarti bukan di situ. Cut paper with knife. Open the window, approach the body. Place the broken stick. Oh, dia bangun. Melihat ini, terus dia ke sini, sama ke sini kayaknya. Skip lah. Pengen lihat ada yang meninggal, dia ke bawah. Terus tongkatnya patah. Dia naruh tongkat yang rusak, nyari berkas, motong kertas yang ada di buku, terus dibakar.
So
Pinko.
Mr. Turner used a book to hide an object that
Emang
he
itu
found on
Melko?
Kenneth Butler's body. The question is, what did he find?
Apa yang dia cari di rak di sini sebenarnya ya? Kalau nama-namanya aneh,
I can
biasalah.
see prints from greasy fingers upon the cover of this book. Let us take a closer look.
Moby Dick. Oh, paus.
Well now,
What is
a
this?
find. A precious jewel concealed inside a book.
Camping.
A bracelet with a unique ram's head
Apa ini?
design. A distinctive
Tapak kuda
feature of
keberuntungan.
ancient Grecian artifacts, probably of the Hellenistic.
Ternyata ada tapak kuda keberuntungan. Ayo kita ngobrol lagi bisa? Tidak bisa dong. Karena bisa dapat tapak kuda keberuntungan.
Mr. Turner, how would it be possible for a man of advanced years, such as yourself, to rush from his bed to the window in a matter of seconds, as you have stated?
Well, I'm able to move very quickly despite my age. And when the situation requires it, Mr. Holmes.
Oh bukan, apa sih? Apa sih yang ditanyakan Niki?
Well, I'm able to move very quickly despite my age. And when the
Oh,
situation requires it, Mr. Holmes.
bukan juga berarti Dorky. Bawahnya.
Well, I'm able to move very quickly despite my age. And when the situation requires it, Mr. Holmes.
I highly doubt that, Mr. Turner. I observe that you suffer a severe limp due to your injured
Dia
right
bohong.
leg. It would have taken at least 10 seconds for you to approach the window. That
Kakinya kan
means you could have
sakit
easily
katanya
missed
kan.
something or someone
Makanya pakai
in
alat
Half
bantu.
Moon Street during that time.
You're right, Mr. Holmes. I could have missed something.
Nah,
It
gimana
seemed to
nih
me that
Noah?
everything happened so
Dia
quickly.
melihat pelaku dan
Time
korban,
can pull tricks on you.
tapi kau menuduhnya.
And what of everything else that you told us? Mr. Turner, it is vital that we have your complete and true statement.
Mr. Holmes, I do assure you that the other things I said were most sincere.
Mr. Turner, you were not sincere with me. Not then and not,
And not
now.
now. Not
But
now.
Mr. Holmes,
This, Mr. Turner, does not look like anything that a poor man might possess. It is worth more than the home that you live in.
I can explain.
No, merely correct me if I am wrong. You saw Leighton Chapman through the window. But you also noticed
Oh,
a
jadi
glittering
komplotan,
object
Heka.
on the ground. This
Noah masih
precious
mencurigai.
jewel. You walked down and took the bracelet from the body of Kenneth Butler. And when you heard the whistles, you hurried away. That broke your walking stick. It caught fast
Efek
between the
kejadian
cobbles.
taman kemarin guys.
Constable Marrow was unable to see you in the window
Ternyata
as you
malah
were
miss
climbing
white.
up the stairs on your way back to your flat. Upon returning home, you hid the precious jewel inside a book.
Mr. Holmes, please don't send me to prison. I didn't do anything bad. I'm just a poor man. When I chanced upon the bracelet, I saw it as an opportunity to make a little money. I was desperate. I only took the bracelet, that's all, I swear.
You made a mistake by lying to me. But you are not a criminal. I
I
believe
believe
that.
that.
Although I must return this bracelet to its rightful owner.
Dia ragu karena takut tuh. Sherlock Holmes saja mengakui dia bukan kriminal kok. Para anak orang dituduh-tuduh.
That's why it's better to stay at home at night.
Sherlock udah ngomong dia bukan kriminal. Parah. Gak ada apa-apa di sini. Yap, thank you. Kita keluar. Parah. Dituduh sama Noah ternyata. Bentar, ini gelap amat. Ini apa? Oh, jalan. Iya, live kelar dong. Tidak semudah itu ya. Oke. Ini yang kereta kuda. Berarti kita jalan satu lagi. Oh, ini oh, shit. What is this? Dinding, tembakan.
I'm always
Oh,
wondering what...
pool.
A fairly long pole with a forked end.
Buat apa ini pool? Sayang sekali Mas Soleh Holmes tidak sepemikiran dengan Noah. Oh, ada jalan. Scratch mark. Ibu-ibu ini, halo ibu. Ibu Polly.
Mrs. Powell?
Powell apa
What do you
polisi?
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the police with an investigation of the crime that took place this evening.
Bener ini
Well,
bukan
I've
kejadian
already
Jack the
gave my
Ripper.
testimony, but very well.
Silahkan ambil makan.
Could you tell us everything that you may have seen or heard?
Yes. I was selling my flowers as usual.
Yes.
And then the fireworks began, in honour of Queen Victoria. I enjoyed
Tuh ada
those.
fireworks tuh. Berarti
But
ini
then,
kejadiannya
all of a
nih sama
sudden,
Yomiya
a young
ini.
lad ran out of Half Moon Street and stopped just
Pembunuhnya
behind me.
Yomiya ini.
He had a gun in his hand. He was like a ghost and all covered in blood. It was dark, but I could see him because of the flashes from the fireworks.
And then?
I screamed as
Curiga
loud as I
2.0.
could. I knew that a policeman should be
Melt
in
gimana
the
ini Melt?
vicinity.
Ternyata pelakunya
He had
Yomiya
no
ini
time
Melt
to
dan main
escape.
petasan.
2 constables got him. Then another constable came out from the very same street, and I heard him talking of a horrible murder.
They should.
Mrs. Powell, did you hear the gunshots?
I'm not sure. You know, what with the fireworks?
Did you see anyone else leaving Half Moon Street, prior to or at the time of the crime?
No, sir, I did not. Even with all the fireworks, I was very attentive, as I'm always on the lookout for customers.
Look out
My
customers.
thanks to you, Mrs. Powell.
Nyari artefak kah? Ah, ternyata bukan Ibu Poli. Ya, sayang sekali. Bapak-bapak. Oh, kita nggak bisa keluar dari sini ternyata. Ini udah maksimal jaraknya. Aku ingin wawancara bapak itu yang di sana juga. Sayang sekali. Yomiya ini Melt pelakunya.
Locked.
Dikunci. Apa hubungannya sama pintu-pintu ini? Adakah? Oh. What is this mirror?
This mirror is turned towards Half Moon
Oh.
Street.
Si ibu ini bisa ngeliat ke sini berarti ya. Pantulan.
Locked.
Kita dobrak-dobrak pintu kah? Clothing.
Locked.
Tuh ibu, udah kelar. Berarti kita ke Scotland Yard. Ini pelakunya Yomiya ini Melt. Udah ada bukti petasan soalnya Melt. Ternyata Yomiya habis main dari Inazuma langsung ke London ya.
Mr. Holmes, whatever brings you here so late at night?
I'm interested in the case of young Leighton Chapman. He was arrested earlier this evening and accused of a double murder.
I beg your pardon? That case is quite clear to the
Oh,
police.
quite clear kok.
Or are there any new
Tak percaya
facts
aku
that we
kalau
don't
kau yang
know about?
menyelesaikan di kasus.
Who knows, Inspector?
Look, you are
Nanti
free to
dong.
investigate, of course, Mr. Holmes.
Ntar
Chapman
kita
was arrested
nyampe
with
ini
a
kita aja
revolver
obrol
in his
si Toby.
possession, which you can find in the evidence room. The suspect himself is in custody.
Did you find anything else on his person?
A few personal belongings. Nothing particular, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, Lestrade.
Aku tidak percaya malah straight lah nyelesain ini kasus.
I'm always wondering.
Mr. Holmes, what is...
Pergi. Ayo kita ajak ngobrol.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
Ayo kita interrogation.
Good evening, Mr. Chapman.
Who are you? I've got nothing to say.
Oh,
It's
ada
all a
scratch.
mistake.
Calm
And a
down,
scar.
Leighton. I have come here to help you. To find out if you truly are innocent, as your younger brother Wiggins has told me.
My brother.
Ibu apartemen sebelah
You know.
mana kah? Oh,
That
sebelah.
means you're...
Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, blimey. All right, Mr. Holmes.
Aku sempat
I'll tell
mikir
you
siapa
everything.
ibu apartemen sebelah. Ternyata sebelah.
Good. Tell me your account of what happened.
Yang sering dilihat
I left
Watson
my
ya.
work and I hurried up to see the fireworks in Whitechapel. I was late, so I decided to cut through Half Moon Street. I saw the first fireworks light up in the sky. I bumped into a constable on a corner before entering Half Moon. Then suddenly, what with all the firework flare, I saw two men. They were both lying flat in the middle of the street. I stopped where I was. I thought about turning back to the police, but as I was thinking of that, I saw a third person. He was leaning over the body that was furthest from me. The second I saw him,
Apa itu jadi fungsi teropong sebenarnya?
and he stared at
Kalau
me.
cuma buat melihat begitu.
In a flash, I saw his gun, but he made a dash for it instead, and he escaped through Whitechapel Street.
So you might still have had time to return to the constable.
I panicked. I didn't know what to do. Anyway, I approached the bodies just to see if they were still alive. I saw that one had blood pumping out of his stomach. He was dying. It was horrible. The second one was already dead. He had a hole in his head. He was holding a gun in his hand, though. I took it. And then I followed the third man.
Welcome back. Silahkan sambil
Interesting.
makan.
Pray, continue.
I turned a corner. And I saw the man
Kita
standing
lagi
in the middle of
mendengar
the street.
curhatan yang dilihat oleh kakaknya.
And then,
Siapa
Mr.
tuh?
Holmes, something
Ya pokoknya
strange
sering
happened.
ngebantu lah.
I
Chapman.
told the police and they laughed at what I said, but I swear to you, my words are true. I started running towards him. But then I was blinded by a flash. It was so bright that I hardly saw anything for a good dozen seconds. But I kept running forward. As I arrived in Whitechapel, I heard a woman screaming. And then I was caught by the police. But there wasn't a trace of that man. Of course, then they found a gun and all that blood. I couldn't see the murderer escaping and all that mess. Perhaps I was still half-blinded at that moment.
A thrilling account, my young man.
Oke. Start point. Siapa orang ketiganya?
Layton, are you able to describe the person whom you saw standing in Half Moon
Nah,
Street?
dia third party nih
Well,
berarti
I
nih.
wasn't able to see his face at all. It was too dark.
Party lagi berdua di third
And it was
party
too
nih.
far away. I could see his silhouette.
And what about that?
Nothing so special. He was wearing a jacket. He was quite average in size and his weight.
I see. Was there anything else that struck you at the time?
No. But perhaps it's strange, but
S-nya
I can't
double ya.
remember the sound of his footsteps as he was running away. Perhaps it was because of the fireworks or the surprise of me seeing him.
S apaan ya double? Es krim, es mambo, scratch car, dead wall. Muka berantem ini. Ini mata bengap kenapa ini? Nggak tidur-tidur deh. Oke. Scarf. Office. Tato. Tato yang sama. Mantan kriminal. Apa dia mantan kriminal?
Layton, I confess I am puzzled. Why should a young
Tamat
lad
ini
like you
kumat,
take a
Tamat.
gun from the hands of a dead man and set off in pursuit of a probable
Mungkin dia
killer?
ragu-ragu ngomong S-nya kan?
I keep wondering that, but at the time it was like a reflex. A criminal ought to be arrested, and he was armed.
You were willing to risk your life. That was a little foolish, unless you wanted revenge.
No, Mr. Holmes. I was just being brave and stupid.
Tato. Voice take
I'm
prisoner.
sure that you were, but I believe that you may have recognized one of the victims, Brian Vercotti. You knew that
Thank you,
gentleman well, did
Kuma.
you not?
Selamat kerja.
However could you know that?
You have a typical tattoo of the Westgate Brotherhood upon your hand.
Siluman ular
I
seska.
observed exactly the same mark upon Mr. Vercotti.
Dia
You came to
tatonya
know him
sama
from
nih
your
sama
sharing a
korban.
past prison sentence. Am I correct, Mr. Chapman?
God. You're right, Mr. Holmes.
Would you tell me a little about Brian
Makin
Vercotti?
banyak yang
We were
diomongin.
convicted for a robbery. Once in prison, both of us joined one of these fraternities.
Oke,
During that year,
Curhatan.
we tried to help each other out, you
lama
know?
jadi maling.
You were quite young then, I believe.
Yes, Mr. Holmes, we were. We'd only stolen a pound of meat. After we were released and when I saw what my little brother had become, I decided to work towards living an honest life.
And Vercotti?
He had a hard time. His sister had died in a Whitechapel dispensary while he was in prison. He had no family anymore. Our paths split. He fell back into crime.
So you lost him.
Yes. And for around 2 years, I heard no news of him at all.
Oke, thank you.
We shall see you soon, young man.
Ini aku masih penasaran. Bapak yang di sana siapa? Ketika di penjara deh dia mulu dah.
Mr. Holmes?
Kita ke barang bukti. Ada barang bukti apa aja? Ada pistol. Apel.
A cheap watch, bought with his own money, no doubt. These cigarettes are filled with cheap tobacco.
Tobacco.
Nothing interesting.
Kenapa ada apel di sini?
So this is the gun that Leighton was holding when he was caught by the police. It is a Webley revolver, a reliable weapon. It seems as though the shells were not removed from the cylinder.
Pelurunya berkurang 1. Apa yang harus dicek? Pencet apa buat buka peluru tah? Nah, ini dia.
2 out of the 6 shells have been
Bener 2
fired.
tembakan.
There were
Berarti
2 shots.
yang nembak jago 2 tembakan mati. Bentar. Yang nembak lumayan pro ternyata ya. Bisa menembak 2 mayat sekaligus. 2 mayat, 2 korban. Salah. Ada 3 4 sip. Ada 5 imaginary man, double murder, personal motive, complication evidence, simulation suit. Kayaknya enggak deh. Dia langsung tembakannya pas ya. Wow, langsung ketemu satu kesimpulan. Jangan sambil nonton, biar belum tahu bahwa di sini kita mengakui bahwa si Leighton Chapman, dia memang melakukan pembunuhan di Half Moon Street. Kayaknya sih enggak. Tidak mungkin kalau memang dia pelakunya. Live-nya bentar nanti. Jangan. Tidak boleh. Oh, ada arsip yang harus kita cari. Tuh, nanti live-nya bentar. Jangan sampai dia berarti pelakunya. Ya, terlalu mudah. Kita nyari arsip. Search. Apa ini? Bracelet antik, barang antik. Criminal, martial arts, mark and symbol. Gak ada di sini. Nggak ada. Berarti bukan yang ini. belum. Oh, 1888. Dausanelika bangkrut bukan. Gempa bukan. Abu Ghraib bukan. English bukan. Ini juga bukan. Bloody Sunday. 88 Jack the Ripper bukan ya, tidak ada. 89 Skandal bukan. New Scotland Yard Open, oh, nggak ada juga di sini. Bukan juga. Bukan. Kok gak ada sih? Medicine. Antik. Golden Bracelet. Gak ada yang mana? Ini yang mana? West Farm Turner Decoration. Ini apaan? Kok nggak ada? Hey. Bentar, kelewatan. Jangan-jangan nih. Sumpah kelewatan nih. Poison not injured. Criminal itu. Kok nggak ada? Hey. Ini di mana? Langsung nggak ketemu coba di sini. Apa sih? Nggak ada sih. Kok nggak nemu, hilang kemana ini barang berita yang mau ku cari. Ini nggak ada tahun-tahunan. Kok sumpah nggak nemu ya? Kok tidak ketemu ya? Bentar, kok tidak ketemu ya? Kelewatan di mana? Witness. Museumnya. Siap. Tadi cari museumnya.
I need
Barang
to
antik.
continue my research in my archives.
Hah, dasar. Surat kemarin nih pasti. Benar kan surat kemarin? Prince. Oke, sekarang Five Arms. 1885 ya. Ini. Art exhibition.
Here it is. One of the victims, Kenneth Butler, was involved in the story of the stolen Hellenistic treasures. A visit to his pawn shop should tell me more.
Oke, pawn shop. Aduh, banyak nih mapnya nih. Semoga mapnya banyak, tidak sesulit kemarin ya. Oke, ini kemana? Gang sempit. Kita nyari siapa di sini? Oh, ini pelaku tempat pertama, bukan sih? Bukan kayaknya. Yang lagi pada ngegosip shit dah. Ini dia. Oke, kunci.
Mr. Butler's key matches.
Semoga tidak sulit lah. Assalamualaikum. Self.
Crampons and a sharp ice axe would only be brought here by a mountaineer. A flare pistol. Perhaps it was pawned by a destitute sailor.
Kenapa ada flare pistol? Objek interesting. Ini paling benci nih sama objek-objek yang begini nih. Objek yang banyak tanda tanyanya. Serius, nggak ada lagi nih. Oh, ini dia. Kacamata. Buku arsip. Oh, ini dia. Oh, ini apa? Nikel. Oh, ini nikel
The ram's
sambungannya.
heads. This necklace belongs to the 5 rams of Mittelin collection. Interesting. That means that it looks as though Mr. Butler.
kertas. I don't care. Oke. Apa kasus nih? Robbery, like Tamat dituduh. Oke. Tuduhannya masih menuju ke si ini ya, Chapman. Gak ada apa-apa lagi. Kaget. Ada suara sapi. Ternyata orang ngorok. Gak ada apa-apa lagi. Ke Half Moon. Semangat dan selamat Kyoksu. Oke, Mama masih curiga bapak yang di awal. Lo gak dapet kolosal titan deh.
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
Locked. Locked.
Coba kita cek. Abis ini kita panggil Toby. Oh, what happening?
What's up with you, lad? What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for my brother to be released.
Your brother?
The one that you caught, beat up and imprisoned.
Ah,
The
the
murderer.
He ain't killed no one, copper.
Halo Tika.
Watch your mouth, lad, else you'll be joining that worthless brother of yours.
Luha Tika. Ini scratch mark apaan sih? Kok ada scratch mark? Kenapa ada orang nge-riff di sini? Kenapa aku tidak bisa ngecek ini drift apaan? Select gunman. Ini ke perut kan ya? Oke, ke perut. Oh, ini tembakannya. Dari mana dia nembak? Ini kepala, ini perut. Berarti mereka berdua battle. Di daerah sini harusnya ada bekas tembakan.
I am unable to see any higher. I need to find something to lift my lamp.
Titan armor kah? Terus dari bekas tembakan di sini dia ada di atas sini. Atas mana sih? Hey, tar. Dia lu. Oh, pakai pull. Ini fungsi pull kah?
This should be useful.
Di fort beberapa waktu lalu. Tar. Tidak. Itu dia nembaknya ke perut tuh. Paha kiri tuh. Tuh, paha kiri. Daerah sini. Bingo.
This is most definitely a bullet hole. The brick cracks are fresh.
Bekas tembakannya ya.
There was a third shot fired in this street.
Terus kalau yang ini nggak bisa dicek. Kah? Ini mereka ke bawah ya. Oke. Benar. Ada tembakan ketiga. Ini bukan nama Imaginary Man ini nih.
Mr. Holmes, did you see my brother?
Kok ngapain ngecek mayatnya lagi? Mayatnya udah tidak ada apa-apa lagi yang penting dari mayatnya itu. Nih. Kita mau cek tuh.
Constable Marrow, I would value your assistance in this investigation.
It would be my pleasure, Mr. Holmes.
I would like to make sure that there are no places in Half Moon Street where a man could hide while you were running through it with your lamp.
All right, Mr. Holmes, what should I do?
Take your lamp and start walking, just as you did before, and try to find me.
Oh, may mata kumpat.
Understood.
Sa atin may mata kumpat. Si lupa, kok hilang? Si lupa, kok hilang? Polisinya kemana? Ayo lo. Tahuan kan lo? Ayo lo. Kenapa lo mojok-mojok di sini lo ya? Ya berarti gelap banget ya. Bisa sampai jalan buntu, jalan belokan kayak gitu nggak ketahuan. Lo udah pakai itu kan gini. Udah pakai lentera sekecil ini kagak kelihatan. Ini kalau nggak ada tulisan Sherlock Holmes nggak bakal tahu deh kalau ada bocah di sini. Bapak ngumpet
I
di
can
sini.
see you very well, Mr. Holmes.
All right, Constable. Let's try again. I'll find another place.
Ayo, yang petak umpet lagi. Tadi Oke. Nanti kalau kita lurus ke sini, ini nggak bakal kelihatan.
Here you are, Mr. Holmes.
All right, Constable. Let's try again. I'll find another place.
Oke, petak umpet lagi. Di sini bukan. Sampai tiba-tiba Sherlock Holmes muncul ngagetin, awas aja. Sini juga bukan. Oh, main bapak di sini.
Mr. Holmes, it wasn't difficult to find you at all.
It is obvious now. No one could escape Constable Marrow's lamp.
Habis Sherlocknya mati.
In the street.
Habis Sherlocknya mati selesai.
It would be my pleasure to...
Berarti ada tempat sembunyi di sini ya. Interesting. Up the wall. Oke. Up the wall berarti kita hitungannya membutuhkan barang yang ada di sini. Belum sampai nyonya. Nyonya mana kah? Nyonya menir. Polisi yang nyari-nyari. Bapak Sherlock. Bapak tolong di Sherlock dong, Bapak lokasinya di mana? Tempat yang tadi ya. Kita harus manjat-manjat kan.
These tools are exactly what I need to climb the wall.
Oke. Buat manjat. Sama flare. Flare fungsinya buat apa flare?
This is exactly what we need in order to imitate the flash of the
Oh,
fireworks.
imitasi firework. Oh, itu yang kata Sherlock versus James Moriarty kah? Yang ada animenya. Oke, kita balik lagi. Sherlock and James Moriarty. Seru tuh animenya. Oke, saatnya climbing mode on. Ini banyak orangnya tapi nggak bisa diajak ngobrol, aneh. Tembakannya di mana? Di sini ya. Oke, di sini.
Why are you looking at me all the time like that?
I'm just watching you, lad.
You
I
never
never know
know
what to expect from people like you.
People like me?
Yes,
Gini nih,
street beggars and thieves.
yang di
Ay,
film Kenapa Moriarty akhirnya
Then where did you get
melakukan
whatever it is that
kejahatan
you're
tersebut.
gnawing on? I very much
Rasis.
doubt that you bought it.
What ain't seen can't hardly be stolen.
Rasisme. London pada zamannya. Hanya melihat dari pakaian,
Constable Marrow,
tubuh,
Watson, I
dan
would like to
kekayaan.
perform another kind of reenactment with your help.
I'm listening, Mr. Holmes.
I want to check if Leighton's testimony can be trusted. If someone could vanish into thin air at a specific moment.
But Holmes, I don't see how.
I am going to be the mysterious gentleman whom Leighton followed. I will stand exactly where he saw him before he was blinded by the flash. Watson, you will be Leighton. When I fire the signal flare, you should start to chase me.
I understand, Holmes.
You, Constable Marrow, just play your part and do exactly as you did. Just, please, wait 5 seconds after the signal flare. I doubt that Polly Powell would have screamed any earlier.
As you say, Mr.
Ini
Holmes.
akhirnya ada
Let us begin then.
mengulang
Catch me if you
kejadian.
can.
Catch me if you can. Oh, mereka lari.
The streetlights fall directly on this wall. Not an ideal spot to escape the crime scene. It is also directly in front of Polly Powell.
Saya terlalu mudah kalau naik ke sini.
This wall is cast in shadow. It would be difficult to see anyone scaling it.
Catch me if you can, Mr. Holmes. Flare gitu amat dah. Apa tiba-tiba nge-flashbang? Apa tiba-tiba ngilang? Belajar ilmu sihir dari mana kau? Terus Sherlocknya manjat. Konyol amat nih, konyol deh.
I can barely see anything.
Apa tiba-tiba manjat Sherlocknya?
Holmes? Are you there?
No. There. Totalitas sekali Sherlock Holmes sampai manjat ya.
My God, a man can't just disappear like that.
Manjat dinding deh jadi Spider-Man. Jadi Spider-Man.
Holmes, where are you?
Watson berasa
I
kayak
cannot see
bocah.
you, Mr. Holmes.
Bocah ditinggalin
Dr.
main.
Watson, it seems that Mr. Holmes has disappeared.
Don't worry, gentlemen, I am up here, above your heads.
How on earth did you get up there, Holmes?
I am using crampons and a climbing axe, although the person we are looking for did not leave any traces of such
Tapi
tools.
tidak mungkin dong, masa cuma
Constable,
flash
is there
beberapa
any
detik
way
dia
to get
bisa
to the
naik
top of
setinggi
this
itu.
building?
Yes, Mr. Holmes, I can show you. The door to the building can be found from Whitechapel Street.
Gentlemen, I am on my way down.
Oke, akhirnya dia turun. Kita tidak dikasih tahu cara turunnya gimana. Akhirnya kita bisa masuk pintu. Wait a minute, kok gelap oh enggak? Akhirnya gelap. Whitechapel. Oh, jendela pecah. Jacket.
It's empty.
Jacket. Savvy fabric. Black threads.
A cluster of thick black threads.
Tolong
They're
ah.
unusually strong. I should examine them under the microscope.
Atlet panjat tebing kau lakunya.
Someone broke through the window to get inside the attic, but in his haste,
Oh dia
he
manjat habis itu
ripped
ngancurin
his
jendela
jacket.
terus kabur lewat pintu. Ah, interesting. Ada yang bisa dicek lagi di sini kah? Nggak ada. Kayak cuma itu doang. Oh, glass.
These shards of glass are from the window above. We can conclude
Atlet
that the
panjat
person
pinang,
whom
ya.
Leighton saw climbed up the wall, broke into the attic
Berarti
window,
genggamannya
and
kuat.
escaped through
Sampai
the
bisa naik.
hatch.
Bisa naik ke sini. Terus langsung cabut. Interesting. Open the hatch, yeah. Kita keluar, bebas dari killer. No, it's not robbery. Layton is innocent, tapi dia nggak tahu sama imaginary man itu apa maksudnya. Lu apa ini? Ada barang yang harus dicek. Ada yang harus dicek lagi di sini.
I'm always wondering what's
No.
on your mind.
Hey, hey, hey.
Mr.
No.
It would be
No.
my pleasure to assist you with...
Bener nih, pelakunya Spider-Man ternyata. Spider-Man yang emang dia mau jadi Yomiya ini nih. Cicak men. Pelakunya mau nangkap nyamuk ya. Ya bentar. Oke, kita ke meja eksperimen. Apa ya?
Let us take a closer look.
Oke. What is this?
It is not a thread, but a hair. I very much doubt that it is human.
Oh, ada rambut.
I need to compare this sample with a human hair and a horse hair. A shaving brush is usually made from horsehair. Watson, could you please pass me your shaving brush?
Here you are.
Oke.
Watson,
ini?
look, what's outside the window?
Well, I don't see anything.
Ow!
Ouch!
Rambutnya dicabut dong.
Oh, don't make such a fuss. One little hair.
Oh, ini ngebandingin. Ini rambut siapa? Kayak nggak ada bedanya. Ini rambut
Human
manusia.
hair is significantly
Tipis.
thinner than the black sample.
Terus rambutnya Watson putih.
The horse hair is thinner than the hair that we found. So, this black hair belongs to an animal, and it is larger than a horse.
Hewan yang lebih
A hair
besar
from
dari
a
kuda.
large and exotic animal.
Hewan apa yang lebih besar dari kuda? Ada naga di sini. Kera, jangan-jangan monyet. Sirkus akrobat. Wah, ada hubungannya sama sirkus. Ada hubungannya sama sirkus. Apa kok ada B lagi? Cuma itu doang. Oh, satu kesimpulan. Badak berbulu. Interesting. Entah kita harus kemana?
Wiggins is currently at Half Moon Street.
Kita harus ke Wiggins.
Half Moon Street.
Toby?
Hello, Toby. All
Oh,
you
kita
need
nggak perlu
now is
Toby
a
ya.
shawl and a mop cap, and you.
Berarti kita ke sini lagi. Half Moon Street. Kita ngobrol sama Wiggins. Wiggins mencari bukti hewan yang lebih besar dari kuda dan berbulu lebat dan hewannya eksotik. Wiggins, where are you? Wiggins. Ah, kenapa lagi? Wigginsnya ditangkap kah?
Wiggins, my lad, what are you doing here? You'd best be leaving and be quick about it.
I've done nothing wrong. You'd learn more by watching Mr. Holmes. He knows exactly what he's doing. Not like you.
Ya,
Oi, watch your tongue.
ceramahin bocah lo. Mana sih Wiggins? Oh, beruang. Iya.
Mr. Holmes?
We have good news
Tapi
for
di
you,
beruang bisa
Wiggins.
manjat.
The investigation has proven very interesting
Manjat
so
dinding.
far. We found facts and details that confirm your brother's innocence.
I knew it, Mr. Holmes.
But for now, Wiggins, we need your help.
Anything
Beruangnya
you
bisa
like, Gov.
manjat.
I need you to locate a circus that has stopped over in London. It needs to have disposed of at least one exotic animal, a very large one.
You can count on me, Mr. Holmes.
Oke, sambil menunggu Wiggins. Langsung ketemu. Oh my god. So fast. Coba mainnya ini kayak ini ya, kayak GTA ya, open world. Kita harus nyari-nyari sirkus di mana. The next morning, udah pagi.
I do hope that those children don't get into trouble, Holmes.
Don't worry, Watson. I predict some news in 7 seconds.
Dan beruangnya bisa main tembak-tembakan. Terus main petasan.
Mr. Holmes, we found it. Here it is.
Gajah.
And this is a young Indian elephant, the highlight of the show.
Kok gajahnya bisa naik?
Duval Brothers, a well-known travelling circus that is currently stopped in London. I believe that is exactly the type of circus we are looking.
Kita nonton sirkus. Ternyata gajah. Jadi yang membunuh ini gajah. Berasa belajar jadi lestret gue nih. Gajah punya bulu. Walaupun tipis bulunya.
Hey, you! Stop right there.
Good morning, sir. Pardon me, but why am I not allowed to walk around here?
Because it's private.
Kan ekornya juga berbulu.
Well, I only want to
Berambut
the
lebih tepatnya.
artists.
You're wanting to apply for... Nah. You don't look like the type
Nah, masih kekeh sama beruang.
artistic lockpicker that we're looking for.
You might be surprised.
What? Nah. I don't think so. Clear off. You're a bit slow to catch on, eh? Get lost. You're a bit slow to catch on, eh? Get lost.
Terus gua nggak bisa kesini tuh. Songong amat loh.
You're a bit slow to catch on, eh? Get lost.
Ari.
You're a bit slow to catch on, eh? Get lost.
Gak bisa. Tadi terus ngapain kita? Kita harus ngapain? Harus tunggu malam kah? Nah, kita pergi berarti. Berarti kita nggak boleh nonton sirkus.
Holmes, I won't be able to join you. I promised to visit...
It's all right.
Masih sama ngeliatinnya. Terus apa yang harus kita lakukan? Oh, mungkin dong kita nunggu malam kan? Siapa satu pelaku lagi di sini? Gak ada yang bisa Oh, ganti pakaian. Baru ingat. Pakaian. Akhirnya ada pakaian yang bisa diganti. Oh, tidak, bulu dada om-om. Not. Nah, kita pakai rambut yang mana nih? Kayak udah kebuka semua nih. Oh, om botak kali ya. Mana tadi om botak? Ah, itu. Gini. Kacamata. Kacamata ini. Kayak berasa jadi kayak ini. Siapa presiden Amerika yang terkenal tuh? Saha eta jadi film Abraham Lincoln. This is Abraham Lincoln, cuma nggak botak deh. Oke, nanti aja ya Abraham ya. Mana tadi Abraham? Oh, bukan. Ikutnya ketebelan. Terus pakai topi. Abraham. Bener. Interesting. Mr. Lincoln. Paling kita yang pakaiannya dong. Farmer nggak bisa, sailor. Nggak bisa. Nggak ada lagi pakaiannya ya. Bandit aja deh. Berarti pakaian harus pakaian kayak bandit. Topinya topi bandit toh. Ada nggak sih topi bandit? Gini. Ah. Penyamaran yang baik. Ya. Seperti bapak-bapak usia 30 tahunan lah. 30-40. Balik lagi.
Spectacles are unpopular among thugs. I don't want to arouse suspicion.
Salah pakaian.
Holmes, I won't be able to...
Taruh katanya tadi.
Spectacles are
Oh, ganti lagi. Harus nyari, harus tampaknya kayak tampak orang populer ya. Gini.
Spectacles are
Ini lama di make up ini nih.
spectacle.
Apa yang harus kupakai? Ini.
Spectacle.
Sumpah, ini pakaian harus pakaian kayak gimana?
Spectacles are unpopular among thugs. I don't want to.
Rambut panjang, kayak rambut panjang, mana rambut panjang? Ini. Nggak pakai kacamata. Gini. Kayak gini.
I'd better wear a shabby hat.
Oh, shabby hat. Oke, pakai topi lo berarti.
Stay where you are. What are
What are you
you doing here,
doing?
and where is Sherlock Holmes?
Calm down, Watson. Take deep breaths now. It's me.
Bagusan yang tadi. Ini
God,
rambut
Holmes,
terlalu wow.
I can't get used to your disguises.
Thank you, Watson. That means I am ready to go.
Dia menyamar gitu caranya.
Holmes, I won't be able to join you.
Toby.
Hello, Toby.
Ayo Toby, kita pergi ke sirkus.
Who are you? What's your name?
My name is Nigel. I'm here to open the
Padahal
locks.
kata-katanya
Talent.
nadanya udah beda ya.
Let's see. Go inside the marquee.
Nadanya nggak ada
show
bedanya sama
yourself to
sekali,
Charles
sama aja.
Foley.
Terus orang nggak kenal.
I'd highly advise you not to trick him. Got that?
I've got it.
Oke, kita sirkus.
Charles Foley is inside the marquee.
Iya, oke, gua masuk nih. Assalamualaikum.
So, everything is here just as you asked.
Rambut dicukur, terus tempel di
Some of the
sini.
barrels are wet.
Habis dilem.
Transportation issues, it couldn't be helped. Whatever. We'll be here after midnight to pick up the supplies. I want to be paid first. No. You'll be paid after we make the transfer, as I said. Right? I hope that no one saw you. The police are on the lookout. Of course not. I'm a professional. Glad to hear it.
Ini kejadian
Be
pelakunya.
ready for tonight then.
Jajan mereka pelakunya.
That's a picture of a contemporary gentleman wearing a Robin Hood hat. Interesting. From lambs into lions. Those are words of encouragement and this poster was clearly made to
Simpen posternya, terus dibikin poster banyak.
There are enough posters to paste across half of London's walls. This printing press is old.
Baru di print ya, oke, interesting. Barrel.
This wooden barrel is damaged. There is a spot on this.
Harus dicat.
The crest of the Honourable Artillery Company.
Gunpowder.
Could it be gun?
Kenapa harus bawa gunpowder di sini? See you.
Judging by the fractions and the scent, I can confirm that it is, in fact.
Bakar gak sih? Bakar gak sih kalau begini?
Are roughly clustered. It seems as though they were brought here in a hurry.
Dibakar enak gak sih itu? Boom.
Powder kegs, a printing press, and a great many blank papers. All of this was stolen by the Merry Men quite recently. And these poster samples. I am quite sure it is not a coincidence. The Merry Men are planning some sort of sabotage.
Stop right there. Who are you?
Are you Charles Foley?
Maybe.
They say that I can open any door.
Do they now? We'll see that lock near the chains on the table over there. Open that.
Bukan maybe ya. Bye-bye. Bibir doer nggak bisa diklik kah? Bisa. Oke. Ini jangan-jangan bulu dia nih. Bulu ini jangan-jangan ya. Luka. Pistol. Tamat ceritanya, nggak bakal ada lagi. Ping with armor, 5 up, stolen antique. Acrobat. Oke, kita buka-buka kunci lagi. Oh, bisa digeser-geser. Oh, ini. Balik berarti ini. Baik. Oke, kebuka.
I need to find out what.
Apalagi yang bisa dicari di sini?
I need to find out what's behind.
What's behind? Apalagi kita perlukan sini? Gak bisa naik.
Oh, well, they're right.
What's your name?
What's your name?
Nigel Shirley from York.
Nigel from York. Never heard anything about you. How'd you hear about me?
It's a long story. I met your brother, Vincent the Butcher Foley, in prison. He told me all about his betrayal and all about you. Before I was released, he told me that you might find a job for me one day and pay me some money for me craft.
Well, he died 7 days ago in prison.
In prison.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That's all right. The traitor has paid the blood price for it. And you'll do the job anyway, because I need a talented lockpicker. I know just where to search for his legacy.
It's all
Kayaknya dia
about
mau
the
maling lagi nih,
Hellenistic
jangan-jangan.
treasures, isn't it?
Hush, you fool.
Hush, hush.
Now, listen,
Hush, hush,
you'll
hush.
come with us tonight, and you better mind yourself.
Hush, hush.
Us? Wait, who's coming then?
Billy, Jack and me.
And what will I get for
Who
that?
is Jack?
We'll share the loot. The one you seem to know about.
Right.
Wait for us at the abandoned manor house on the corner of Ladbroke Grove and Kensington Park Road at midnight.
Deal.
Deal. Okay. Notting Hill Manor. Masih nyamar jadi legal. Kenapa nggak pakai yang tadi jadi kayak Abraham Lincoln aja, kan lebih bagus.
Here I am at the manor. Somewhere inside it are the Hellenistic treasures.
I hate this. Semoga tidak ada apa-apa.
This lock is quite old.
Oke, kita buka lagi. Aduh. Kayak yang maling sebenarnya Sherlock Holmes. Oh, ada 2 kunci di sini. Lele. Ntar copotin dulu. Macam ini. Oke.
I need to find where the safe is hidden and lock it.
N-word. Aku emang ngomong itu kah? Oke, rumah berantakan. Books.
This cupboard is an absolute. Several books have fallen. It seems as though this cupboard can be moved. I'll give it a try.
Nggak menyebutkan itu kah? I had this.
So, that's the lock I must open tonight. Let me see.
I had this. Tidak apa-apa. It's easy. Kukira akan seperti sebelum-sebelumnya. Oh, disambungin ya, oke. Oh, nggak bisa digeser. Untung berangkasnya gampang. Ada kunci lagi.
What a surprise! Another lock. I recall that precious key around Foley's neck.
Oke, kita butuh kunci.
Let us check the thieves' possible escape routes in the event that they are caught off guard by the police from the... This door is a perfect means of escape in an emergency.
Oke.
A solid rope.
Tali. Kitchen door.
This door leads to a kitchen, which holds the shortest route to the back door.
Oke. Terus di bawah sini ada hatch.
This door...
Kita butuh sesuatu buat keganjal kah? Oke, kita cari-cari lagi.
The ground floor window is a perfect way to escape the police. This works very well. No
ini
one will escape through this
batu untuk
window
jalan
now.
kabur. Oh, interesting. Jadi satu jalan ke sini semua. Interesting. Ah.
This should be useful.
Buat ganjel pintu. Belum ada game, mah ada game
The
seru
door
lagi
is
kah?
now blocked.
Aku belum nemuin game lain. Dak, nabrak patir kunci. Kayaknya nggak mungkin ditamatin sih, paling coba buat main-main doang.
There is no ladder. If anyone falls here, he will need assistance to get.
Jatuh sih lucu ya. Sherlocknya lompat. Hiat. Oh, butuh tali.
This hatch leads.
Oh enggak. Oh, dia lompat.
This should be.
Oke.
This hatch.
Kurang. Dark Deception. Ntar, coba kita cek lah. Kita harus cek dulu ini. Kalau maling kabur, chandelier. Buat ngiket.
I suppose that. Now, if anyone takes the
Coba
hammer,
ntar tak
the
cek ya.
rope will uncoil and make the chandelier fall. If he runs through the dining room and takes a sledgehammer to force open
Dia
the
kabur,
door,
ambil
the
hammer,
chandelier will knock him
tarik,
down.
chandelier jatuh mati. Oke, sip. Pembunuhan tidak berencana ya. Sekarang kita ke lantai atas.
Although this window is high above the ground, it would be possible for one of the thieves to attempt to use it for their escape.
Harus ditutup.
This is the perfect place.
Set a trap. What do you mean? Jadi menjebak. Game
Should
tentang
be
apaan?
useful.
Game tentang apa?
One step on these beads. I
Oke.
should walk carefully here, else
Terus Sherlock agak kepleset tuh. Jatuh, berasa jadi Home Alone deh.
finds his way upstairs will roll down.
Gue berasa lagi main Home Alone. Berarti sekarang tinggal yang hatch. Oke, ini udah clear. Ya kepleset, jatuh ke bawah. Complot. How to use this?
The door is now. This
Pakai apa berarti ya? Dia masuk lewat sini, masih dilompatin. Terus kabur, nggak mungkin dong.
The thieves won't it. What a surprise. I recall that.
Ntar ini gimana? Apa nih seru? Oh, ada gini ya. Seru-seru itu apa? Seru-seru itu. Aku mulai curiga ini. Apa ini maksud dengan kata seru? Ditaruh karpet.
It's not an open hatch.
Interesting.
Just an. I should walk carefully here.
Oke. Dia lewat. Nginjek.
Now, if a thief
Bye-bye.
runs through the kitchen, he'll pay a surprise visit to the cellar. The traps for my circus companions are all prepared. I can leave now, but I'll return later with Charles.
Kita menjebak pemain sirkus. Ntar nih kayak bentar lagi game kelar nih. Kita cek game apa sih yang disarankan teh. Dari nama-namanya dark begini nih game horror kayaknya.
Police!
Oh 3 orang langsung mencar ya. 3 jatuh, 1 jatuh dari tangga, 1 jatuh ke jurang, 1 kena chandelier.
Stop where you are! Where are they?
Trapped, Watson, with your assistance.
How so?
Well, you sounded just like a real Bobby, my dear fellow. You startled them into the traps.
I did?
I assure you, Watson, it was quite an
Terlalu
entertaining
pintar
show.
Sherlock.
They will not escape the house now.
You scum!
And this is the pistol used for the murder in Half Moon Street.
How do you know about that?
Hah,
Have you closed the case yet, Sherlock?
Mycroft, what are you doing here?
sumpah
Did
kakaknya
you
jelek
follow
banget
me?
kakaknya.
Sherlock, it may seem that I used you, but you should be pleased to know that you have
Kakaknya
served
tidak
our
bisa lebih
command
gagah dikit apa?
in this instance. So now, let us catch the big fish. But this man is not one of the merry men.
No.
Then why exactly are we here, Sherlock?
This gentleman, Charles Foley, has been involved in a double murder, and the hunter of a set of valuable antiques, the Hellenistic treasures, which disappeared in a theft many years ago.
You're no better than the coppers.
Kita bongkar. Semua barang-barang antik yang hilang.
Holmes, that is incredible. The Hellenistic treasures.
Indeed.
Nothing but trifles. Where are the merry men?
I don't know why you are asking me, Mycroft. They are yours to find.
I'll see you soon,
Dear brother. Oke, berarti kita cuma harus mikirin bahwa dia tidak bersalah. Apakah benar begitu aja?
Don't move, you flim-flammer.
What a beautiful collection of art. It was the trap with the chandelier worked perfectly.
Holmes, I had no doubt that you would catch the thieves.
One of Foley's companions is
Kasihan dia mati.
unconscious.
Terus yang gini ya, oh jatuhnya ke bawah.
One
Aku
of
kira
Foley's companions
jurang
is
tak
unconscious.
berdasar. Kayak udah kelar nih. Kasusnya kelar, serius gini doang kasusnya. Gini aja. Hanya ini. Selesai. Serius hanya ini. Terus main in jacket siapa? Terus siapa main in jacket itu? Kok semudah ini? Double murder, robbery, kok cuma 3? Cuma 3. Dar, ini kenapa cuma 3 nih? Cluenya udah habis sih. Belum. Cluenya udah habis, terus nggak ada yang bisa dicek lagi. Di sini barang-barang cuma orang jatuh, nggak ada jalan yang bisa dilewati. Terus kesini juga nggak ada, cuma orang pingsan tak jelas dan harta. Kayaknya udah.
Holmes, I had no doubt that you would
Udah
catch the
cuma
thieves.
udah pasti mereka pelakunya lah. Grand Theft, Sherlock Holmes aggression, extra wicked plan, revenge, and the thief, etc. Sentence will be shorter. Condemn. Ya, Easy. Apakah benar?
Charles Foley, you committed the crime of premeditated murder and of
Bentar, jangan
theft.
dulu.
You will be severely punished for your deeds.
You are pitiful. You Scotland Yard dog.
Save your words for the gallows. I'm sure the journalists will love them. I shall leave now, Watson.
Gentlemen,
please take our friends here into
custody.
custody.
Where are you going?
I have unfinished business.
Terus
I'll see you
hubungannya
at Baker Street.
sama powder yang di tempat sirkus apa? Kenapa dia merencanakan sesuatu dengan powder itu? Apakah ada kembang api?
Be careful with the lamps. Don't bring them too close to the barrels.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Who's there?
That is of no importance. What matters is who you are and the plans that you have here.
So you can stop us from carrying them out?
Eventually, yes.
Hey, careful. You'll blow us all up.
I'm listening.
We are a group known as the Merry Men. But I suppose you knew that already. We are the men who've already lost everything of value in their lives. We are ruined shopkeepers. We are workers who were fired from their jobs. Honest people who were robbed. We were forced out from our homes and thrown onto the street. And all of this in the name of the so-called law. The laws that were set out by our government. The laws that make the commoners only more vulnerable and the wealthy more protected. We are not only from the British Empire. Some of us are from the New Lands, America, Australia, and we are many. But men we are still, and we are merry for that we stopped being afraid. For those powers that be had done their best to plant the fear inside our souls, and we accepted it so easily. The fear advised us to keep our heads bowed. It prevented us from fighting. Bankers and politicians, they own our lives, our work, our bread, and they push us to compete between each other, just to see who may serve them better. But in the end, they are the few, so they are weak. They are nothing without their titles. We should not fear them. Our so-called masters should fear us instead. The time has come for our group to stand tall. Our great and many merry men. We are going to blow up the London Stock Exchange. No life shall be lost. But ownerships, debts, and property titles? They shall all be destroyed. They're only papers, after all. So many people will be freed over this night.
That is a radical step to take. What result do you truly expect?
Chaos. But soon people will understand that they are free, and that they don't belong to anyone. They will be able to work for themselves, together, without letting the rulers dictate what to do, and finally justice will arise.
What you are intending to do is a crime. It is not justice.
How do you see justice?
Aduh, ideologi
Kids
untuk
go to
aneh.
prison for a loaf of dry bread. And how many lords do you see punished for stealing from their people, sending them to their deaths in mines or overseas to fight for land? Our masters wouldn't hear us. So now it's time to sing the song of the merry men. Will you let us do our duty?
Bakar gak sih? Ya, pilihan kita mengikuti dia. Atau kita ya sesuai dengan ideologi kita. Itu bukan justice, it's not justice, right? Bakar.
When people fight the order, they are too blind to see the consequences that throw society into chaos. I shall stop your actions, but not you.
Run now.
Now!
Bom aku dah. Kaboom. Wah, mati semua. Tamat game ya. Sherlocknya mati. Oh, Sherlocknya masih hidup. Ini ngulang 12 menit yang lalu nih. Jadi 12 minutes. Terus apa yang terjadi kalau kita nyiram air?
So, you're interested in Russian literature now?
Quite, lately.
It is an interesting book. I remember a few lines.
Really? I tried reading it myself, but I had a hard time understanding it.
Yes, Doctor.
It's about intelligence. Something.
Sherlock, I vaguely recall one of the lines. Sometimes it takes something more than intelligence to act
Intelligence.
There were also a few words along the lines of pain and suffering are always inevitable for a large intelligence.
Sambil ngacir pakai celana pendeknya.
Tell me, Doctor, does my brother show any signs of pain or suffering?
Not that I know of.
Because you see, Doctor,
Kage
behind
bucinnya
all of his
Sol.
masquerade, my brother does possess a deep heart. So deep that he does not recall where he places his love.
Well, I'm sure that...
His love
Terus ngapain Watson naik
and his
kursi?
duty that, in the first place, should be directed towards the Empire. For without it, we would be nothing. A country filled with uncivilized men.
And the Empire needs order and discipline. It has no room for chaos.
People who commit crimes, or at the very least intend them, deserve punishment, Sherlock. Without justice, there can be no civilization.
But we serve the truth, not justice.
Your truth, Doctor, that may prove immoral. Allowing people to
terrorize
terrorize London,
destroy
destabilizing the whole
empire.
empire.
Terrorize only the powers whom you serve, Mycroft. Not
Not
I,
him, but
not
Watson.
Watson, not Mrs. Hudson, not Wiggins.
Sherlock, the merry
Merry
man
man,
to be
merry,
stopped.
merry man.
Not by me. You created the merry men. Stop them yourself. Only make sure that you don't create 10 more merry men by arresting
Ini
the one.
mengkritik
Good
pemerintahan
night,
London pada
Dr.
saat itu ya.
Anything in the post, Watson? Any clients worthy of our attention?
Only a second reminder from Mrs. Hudson about our new neighbour. She urges you to remove your...
Oh, I don't care about that.
Holmes, the lady who will be moving in shortly...
Ntar dulu, aku belum
has
tahu itu
requested
game
the use of
apaan
our spare
itu.
room to place all of her boxes.
Wait, what? A lady?
Apa nih? Yeay. Yeay, 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 yeay. Yeay. Yeay, 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 yeay. Ntar, replanning dulu. Kalau itu kita siram, apa yang akan terjadi? Kalau kan dibakar. Kalau disiram, apakah dia akan kerja sama? Nah, terus ada lady. Apa nih lady?
Charles.
Nah, skip. Come on, so fast. Iya, laman kemarin. Nggak bisa di skip apa ini?
Eventually, yes.
Skip. Gue pengen tahu doang kalau kita pilih air apa yang terjadi. Oke, bye-bye. Lempar ke
When
air
the
terus
law
dia dibunuh.
serves only the few, it can no longer be trusted. Every man is equal, and he has a right to choose his own way. I shall not stop you.
Berdamai. Itu doang ternyata. Interesting. Ini kritik atas pemerintahan London.
So,
Ya sama semua sih.
his love.
Sama intinya. Oh, terus ada ledakan.
What just happened? What was that?
The start of a new world. Anything in the post, Watson? Any clients worthy of our attention?
Oh, akhirnya jadi
Only a second
begitu.
reminder from Mrs.
Jadi
Hudson
di sini
about our
hitungannya
new
si
mayor.
Sherlock membantu
She urges you to
si
remove
kejahatan
Oh, I
si
don't
sirkus
care
yang
about
tadi.
that.
Holmes,
Jadi meledakkan
the lady who will be moving
bagian
in
yang di
shortly
sana.
has requested the use of our spare room to place all of...
Wait,
Oke, interesting. Accept. Ini accept. Just. Oh, berarti kalau kita pilih yang awal tadi selesai. Gak ada kejahatan yang terjadi. Jadi kita sini cuma ya paranormal lah. Terus apa? Kelar. Kira apaan? What is this? What is this? These last people, right? And what happened? And where is lady? Where is di mana lady yang diomongin? Kaget. Kira kan ada adegan horor kan? Kira ada adegan horor. Udah kita cuma muter-muter sini doang. Ini udah semua Baker Street. Oh, ini udah tax crime punishment. Eh, 6 kasus. Sudah kita selesaikan semua. Oke, berarti exit ya. Main menu dong. Kelar dong. Selesai berarti dong. Coba cash. Gak ada tambahan. Oke, clear. Clear. Udahin dulu gak sih? Tadi Noah salah tuh. Noah minta apa sih? Game apa sih? Kau minta game apa sih ya? Dark Deception. Tidak jadi. Tidak melihat muka seram-seram seperti ini. Tidak, terima kasih ya. Tidak akan kumainkan. Thank you atas sarannya. Game yang menarik, tapi tidak akan kumainkan tentunya. Terlalu happy. Gamenya terlalu happy. Oke, berarti sampai sini dulu. Sekali lagi thank you udah mampir ya. Banyak nih ramein chat dan memberikan saran game yang terlalu happy. Tiba-tiba langsung muncul muka senyum. Tidak jadi. Kita dapat 11 like. Thank you. Sekali lagi makasih yang udah menonton series Watch Dogs. Watchdog ada, tapi Watchdog 2 nggak tahu udah masih bisa apa enggak ya. Pas itu patah-patah renderingnya. Watchdog 1 nggak punya. Apa di satu lagi kali ada. Dan ntar kita lihat nanti aja lah. Oke, sekali lagi thank you yang udah mampir, yang udah nge-like, yang sudah menonton Sherlock Holmes Crime Punishment sampai saat ini. Makasih yang sudah membantu. Kenshin dah, udah nggak lagi, capek. Makasih yang sudah membantu. Sampai jumpa di game pusing-pusing berikutnya. Yang mungkin nanti bakal ditemuin. Nggak tahu apa. Dan mungkin menunggu Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1 kali. Nah, sekali lagi thank you. Terima kasih semuanya. Selamat sore, selamat istirahat. Salam olahraga.